So I look at a lot of these tokens as PR stunts. And once people realize that not every enterprise company or business could just create a token and make it successful and raise tons of money, but that you actually have to work for it, like it doesn't just stop there. People started to look at like, okay, maybe there are too many tokens out there. Maybe not everything needs to be tokenized, or at least the infrastructure isn't quite there to tokenize an asset. And so I say this kind of a double-edged sword because what Constellation is doing is kind of a more robust ERC20. So with what you have in smart contracts that come off of Ethereum is very like simple data structures or data types. So you can't really program and do a lot. You can't program, you can't really tie that to your token to business activity.
Right.
And so what we're actually trying to do is realize that vision that people had around like tying business activity to some sort of token through various rewards. And if you can program that into your token, now you can actually envision the reality that we had around like, well, everybody wants to own a house and they want to all have like a small fraction of that house. Well, what comes with the house? Well, you've got like the title, who owned it, you've got inspections, you've got, I mean, that's what I call like complex data types. That's a lot of data. You can't code that into or validate all of those different data fields into a smart contract. And I realize I'm getting a little too technical heavy,
I
but
love it.
The vision that we've all had is like, hey, there is a solid foundation around like the idea that we should all be in ownership. We can all have partial ownership to everything, but that hasn't really happened because the infrastructure wasn't there. And so that's really where Constellation is like an evolution to Ethereum or Polkadot that recently came out, is to kind of envision the kind of real world connecting to some sort of tokenized asset that's validated on a distributed network, right? With no one central port of authority.